What is it like for you to go to work in the Ed Sullivan Theater every day? My God, what a blessing
You know
that
what?
is.
It's because you're so busy doing the show, you can sometimes forget, but then some days you go out to say hi to the audience, and you look up and you see that extraordinary dome, and you know the history of the place. Or like when you have McCartney on, and you realize, oh wow, he's sitting essentially where they played, in the 1960s. It's a complete privilege. It's an honor. It's an honest-to-God Broadway theater is the thing. That's what it started at. It was the Hammerstein Theater. And on 1927, in the inaugural show, the very first American performance of an actor named Archie Leach was on that stage. You know him as Cary Grant.
Right.
Literally, like the history of that place is extraordinary.
And now you get to perform there every single night and do a show that the whole country's sitting down to watch, and then obviously you're
That's right. The whole country watches.
It's true, man.
How good the ratings
it's
are.
The true it's
330 million people every night.
It's the truth, Stephen. It's my job to hype. I'm your hype man right now. And so coming from the Daily Show, when did you first meet Jon Stewart? Did you get a story on that front? The first time you ever met him?
First time I met Jon Stewart. First time I met Jon Stewart was when he was announced that he was going to be the host of the Daily Show, because when it was announced in the press, my wife Evie, it turns out, and I didn't know this, she knew him back from when he was a struggling comic in New York. She was a struggling actress in New York, and she knew him from I think he was the roommate of the guy her roommate was dating, and so he'd be at some of their parties, and his roommate was a stand-up as well. And when she saw that she showed John's picture, and she went, John Leibowitz, he's not funny. and then he goes, his roommate was the funny one. And John says, it's true. My roommate was the funny one. I was the guy in the corner nursing an Amstel Light, afraid to talk to anybody. So I didn't meet him, but my wife did. And then when it was announced, because I'd worked for Craig Kilborn. I'd worked for the original Daily Show.
Right.
And that's really where I learned my love of sports broadcasting with Craig. And when it was announced that John would be the host, I watched that they were about to do this press conference over at Comedy Central, and I wait a second, isn't that something the Daily Show would cover? So I went over there. I just said, hey, can I have a mic and a camera guy? And so I went over there, and I asked a question of the network head, the guy, Doug Herzog. And I said, Doug, Stephen Colbert, The Daily Show, this announcement today of Jon Stewart, how does that impact my chances of being the next host of The Daily Show? And John turned to Doug and said, you said he wasn't funny.
And a friendship was born to the point where he played drums on your show just this past week. So it's a long...
Really a love affair. At this point.
It is that. And I would have guessed you would have gone back to like Chicago, right? You used to do Second City with Steve Carell. Is that where you met him back in the day too?
Yeah, Carell and I met at Second City.
Man.
We were on stage there together.
It's unbelievable. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.